have A Darker Shade of Magic. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pam, and today's video is going to be the 30 books I want to read before I turn 30. So I'm turning 28 in 3 days, and it's close to 30. And I thought that giving myself 2 years to read the 30 books that I want to read before I turn 30 is a good amount of time. You know, 2 years, it's pretty doable. So I have a list of 30 books that I want to read before I turn 30. There's no order whatsoever. It's just a bunch of books that I feel the need to read before I turn 30. There are some books that I own, and there are some other books that I do not own yet, but I will read them before I turn 30. And also, I thought it would be funny to react to this video like in 2 years when I will be actually 30. Ugh, oh my god, okay. So it's like a 2 years video in making, you know? But yeah, here's the list of the 30 books I want to read before I'm officially in my 30s. So the first 2 books are part of a series, and yeah, I need to finish the series before I turn 30. Like, this is ridiculous. So it's book 2 and 3 in The Lord of the Rings, so The Two Towers and The Return of the King. I need to read those books before I'm in my 30s. Like, I need to. So they're on the list. I have to. This one I'm planning on reading this year. So this one is going to be next year. Next is 4 books set in a series also, and they are the next books that I need to read in the Sherlock Holmes series. So I have here The Return of Sherlock Holmes, The Hound of Baskervilles, The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, and His Last Bow. So yeah, 4 more books. I need to be caught up on Sherlock Holmes before I'm in my 30s. That's a feeling that I have, you know. It's, yeah, I want that for me. So here you go. The next 4 books in the Sherlock Holmes series. I know there's many more books, but those are like my priority. Next is a trilogy. Like a complete trilogy that I feel like I need to read before I turn 30. So we have A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light. So, yeah, I need to read this trilogy before I turn 30. That's what I want for me. So here it is. It's on the list. I don't have any, like, good reason why those books are on this list. It's just that it's a joke. It's just that I have a feeling I need to read those books before I enter my 30s. It's just like a feeling. So we're gonna go with it. Next is another series, a complete series. And that is the Trials of Apollo series by Rick Riordan. So it's the only Rick Riordan's series that I need to read before I'm like, I read everything by him except for Daughter of the Deep. But yeah, this is a standalone, but yeah. Anyway, so we have the Hidden Oracle, the Dark Prophecy, the Burning Maze, the Tyrant's Tomb, and the Tower of Nero. So 5 books in this series that I need to read before I'm in my 30s, so I can reread them in my 30s, you know? I'm really repeating myself, but yeah. Next is the first book in a series, a 15-book series. So I'm giving myself only the first book, you know? I feel like just putting the first book doesn't put any pressure on myself, and that is The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. So the Wheel of Time series is a 15 books series, epic fantasy. And yeah, it's 15 books, and they're pretty big. So, like I said, I'm gonna give myself just only the first one, so I do not put too much pressure on myself. Yeah, so the first one, by the time I'm 30, I think it's pretty good. However, I think I'm gonna be farther in the series when I turn 30. I hope so. Don't put any pressure on myself, so only the first one. Here you go. Next is The Death of Vivek Oji by Ekweke Emezi. I love Ekweke Emezi's writing style. They're just so good with words, and I feel like this book is gonna make a great impact on me, and I feel like I need to read this before I turn 30. You guessed it. Next is The Power by Naomi Alderman. So this is a feminist dystopian book where women are in power and they are making the decisions, and yeah, they're in power. I can't wait to read it. There's so many great reviews for it. I need to read it. So I'm putting it on this list so I can push myself to read it actually. Next is The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. So this is another like well-loved worldwide book that I feel like everyone has read but me, so I need to read this book before I'm 30. So I heard this book is heartbreaking. I can't wait. Yeah, really excited. Next is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. So another well-loved book by everyone, and I feel again that everyone has read it but me, so I will read it. I really want to read this one before The Secret History, just because I feel like I'm gonna love more The Secret History. So let's go with this one, which I have low expectation, and maybe I will be surprised, or maybe it's gonna be a letdown. I don't know, but yeah, it's on the list so I can push myself to read it. Next is The Da Vinci Code by Dan Brown. I know it's like the second book in a series. I know. But I heard that this series are more like companion books. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I heard, yeah, that they are like more companion books, so you can read them separately, not in any order. They just, yeah, they follow the same characters, but the story it's not the same, it's not like a continuation. So again, I feel like everyone has read that book but me, so I want to read it. Next is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. So this is a National Book Award winner, and again, a book that I feel like everyone has read but me, so I need to read it. That's it. I don't have any good reason, like I said, for those books. I just want to read them before I'm in my 30s. I feel like I'm repeating myself so much in this video, but yeah, that's it. It's just a feeling. It's a gut thing, so it's on the list. Let's go for like the classic now, like the old classic, I know Sherlock Holmes, I should have put it in the classics section, but anyway. So let's go with the ones that I do own first. So the first one is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. So again, a book that everyone has read but me. I feel like this book is part of like some people's childhood favorites, but I didn't read it when I was young. So yeah, I need to read it. That's it. So I can know the hype also, because this book is really hype. It's really well loved, and I want to know what the love is about, what the hype is about. Yeah. Next is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. So another well loved book, and I feel this book, I could really love it. I have a feeling that this is gonna be in like 4 or 5 stars for me, and yeah, I can't wait to read it. I heard amazing things about it, and I just want to read it. Next is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. So I have this beat up old copy. I read Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and so I want to read one of her sister's book, and Wuthering Heights is the most popular book by Emily Bronte. So I don't even know if she has written any other books, but yeah, this one is a really well-loved book. I know it's like really toxic, like the romantic relationship in this book is like really toxic and not great. I'm really curious, me as a hater of romance, and I don't read a lot of romance, I don't particularly like romance, in books, so I'm intrigued to see what I would think of this book. So next are the 4 books that I need to read by Jane Austen that I haven't read yet. And I really do enjoy Jane Austen's book. I loved Pride and Prejudice. I really love Emma. So I feel like I need to read her other books just, yeah, because I love them. Even though there's like romance in it. They're funny and they're pretty feminist for the time that they were written. Like, I really enjoyed them. The first one is Persuasion, then Sense and Sensibility, and then Mansfield Park, and Northanger Abbey. So these are the 4 books that I need to read by Jane Austen. And I want to read them before I turn, you guessed it, 30. And finally, the last book that I do not own but I want to read before I turn 30 is Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. So I read Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng last year and I loved it so much. So I need to read her other book. So here you go. This is my list of 30 books, or a little bit more, I didn't count, of 30 books that I need to read before I turn 30. I hope you enjoy this video and let me know which book I should start with first, just because this is so long. I need some help here. Help your girl, please. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in a next one.